Dyson Sphere program. My name is Pooks, and tonight we are continuing on our construction of our mall. That's right, we are building an interstellar mall here so we can ship all the things that I will need to build things elsewhere to different places and make it very easy to make large construction projects without having to run around too much. That's what we're trying to avoid here, is running around, going back and forth between our main planet and other planets when we do bigger construction projects, because we're really at the point where while we've got a very large inventory, it's not ever going to really be big enough to do the sort of giant construction projects that I'm envisaging that we will be working on. So we are going to, do something a little bit different and fix that. Right, so last night we managed to get two and a bit, not quite half, of our towers done. So I'm kind of hopeful that we might get up to, say, this tower. Actually, yeah, that's kind of like hoping that we'll get to the end. Hopefully we'll have all the factories done. That would be very good. I would be very pleased with that. Now it's not a guarantee. I'm just gonna drop these down, so it might take a third stream to get this particular project done, which seems crazy. I mean, we did half a planet in like 3 streams, so doing a single factory seems like it's underwhelming, really. But that's just the way it goes sometimes. When you'll have to think and work things out as opposed to just kind of work out a pattern and then copy paste that pattern, you know, it's a little bit easier. Alright, so where we got up to last night is that we had the construction of our satellite substations all kind of planned out, worked out, and feeding in there. We also got our splitters done. I believe the splitters are somewhere down here. Yep, here they are. And so the next thing that we want to do, according to just working methodically, is chemical plants. Chemical plants. So they will need a few inputs. Let's get started. Specifically, chemical plants are going to need 4 different inputs: steel, concrete, glass, and green thingies. Green boards. We will have potentially a lot. What do these make again? Do I have one on me? I'm sure I have one on me. They do build a few different recipes though. Let's think, what recipes do? They do plastic, they do graphene of all descriptions, they'll do carbon nanotubes of all descriptions. They can make acid as well. Not thinking we need a terrible lot of them, but when we want them, we'll want a few. So the reason why I'm puzzling through this out loud is just trying to work out how many I actually need to create here. Now it could be that we actually put this one in a little bit closer. Yeah, let's do that. There's not multiple components to build here, so that makes sense. We will chuck it let's say here. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we only need 4 at most. Now the reason why we need 4 at most is because it's going to be a long time, I suspect, between needing them. That's what I'm hoping will end up happening anyway. I've also just had a thought here. I think I want to do something different with this. Just to make it easier, we want to do, say, like that. That. Just going to run the belts in here underneath. Alright, so it's going to be 3 on the bottom. And then 1 into the top. And then our output. Which will come along to here and then run in like so. Now the things that we need, yep, alright, let's just put you as our glass, let's say, you, I think we needed steel was one of the things, we needed kind of concretey things, and then we needed circuit boards. Do that. And output, and copy it down, and that is that point done. Now we also need power to this whole module. Put that in there as well. Ooh, another one bites the dust. And next up is fractionators. Now fortunately these things actually have a few things in common too, so that could be quite useful. Sorry, just had a distracting text message. On the plus side, my girlfriend does not have COVID. Yay! So good old PCR tests coming back. Always good news. Alright, so we're gonna do another 4 of these. These are fractionators that we're making here. Yeah, I think it was fractionators. Definitely fractionators. Yep. Now, these guys need all the same things as this, except for swap it out for a yellow chip or a processor instead of the circuit boards here. So what I'm thinking is that we just continue these guys over, right? This is happy accident, by the way, not master genius planning by me. I'd love to take credit, but really I can't. So run in like so, and then we're gonna go, yeah, there's gonna be a new belt coming in here, so they'll have to run higher. You need to be low chips. There you go, input, and then also an input, and then output. Tell you to be fractionators here. And we'll drop another substation here to power the whole thing. Alright, that's another one set up and ready to go. Now fractionators are one of those things you do need rarely, but when you need them, you're going to want a chunk of them. So if we're going to do a whole planet of them, then, you know, 5,000 should do the job. Now the final one is batteries. So what I'm thinking is, where can I put my battery configuration? Got a little bit of kind of weird stuff. Created a new corridor here, that's right. So we might drop the batteries down here. And batteries are something I actually think... Oh yeah, this could get dangerous for battery supply. Ha. Because if I have power systems where it wants to supply these batteries to everywhere, then that could be a real problem. Because it'll gunk up the power thing. So if I start feeding batteries into this, then there'll be a planet, for example, in our local system that will want batteries. Drain batteries, namely our electronics system. And so if I feed too much into that system of transferring power around, then that will become a problem. Because there'll be too many batteries in the system to transport back and forth eventually, I think. And the discharge here, actually let me think about that. Maybe that won't be a problem. Let's go have a squiz how it works. I could have gone the other way and it would have been a lot faster, I think, but oh well. So, let me think. This one, yeah, because the supply doesn't come from here, then the used batteries aren't going to get out of the system and this belt will fill up. So it will become a problem. Eventually. Probably not for a while, but eventually that will become a problem. So if I'm going to supply batteries anywhere, I think I need them charged. I think I need charged batteries for that whole system to work. Because charged batteries will just supply power into the whole damn system, at which point they can be discharged and moved around. Yep. Okay, so that's gonna be a thing. We need charged batteries, not uncharged batteries, and we'll do the smart thing and actually go the right way to get back. I so went the long way before. Alright. So yeah, you cannot be uncharged batteries, you need to be charged batteries. And on a small plus side, I am going to need to create charged batteries for this whole thing to work. So that's useful, but also kind of not, because I need a battery charging system. Alright. So, we're going to take up some of the space below down here for this one, because those battery chargers need a bit of space. Kill that, get rid of that too. It's all connected up, so that's fine. So what do we want? We want things making batteries for a start. I need to make the batteries before I can charge them, right? That makes sense. So let's do these do 5 seconds to make, or it's going to be 2.5 seconds. No, it's going to be something different. Yeah, because it's 1.5, not 2.5 seconds anyway. We're going to want lots of them. We are going to want lots of them. We might as well go overkill with it. So let's call it our battery production of 3, 6, 9, 12. Alright, so if they were normal producers, then that would mean, maybe it'll tell me the seconds here. No, it won't. That would mean that we'd produce 12 of them, 60 a second, 60 a minute, not 60 a second. Yeah, I can deal with that. That'll work. Alright. And then I want to be able to charge them up. Now, I currently have 10 energy exchanges in my inventory. I think it's 5 seconds to charge one of these, so I'm actually going to need more energy exchanges. So let's go. Which way is going to be the fastest way to my mall? I think this way. Yeah. Back to the original mall. Spaghettified mess. Down here somewhere? Yeah, here. Hey, birdie. Now, I'm gonna get rid of that. Or lower the amount that we're gonna produce, because I'm not gonna need that many being produced in here anymore. Back into orbit. So this will be a bit weird because I'm actually discharging power at this planet, and now I'm going to tell it to start charging power as well. So I might actually just set up some antimatter power stations here while I'm at it. That's cool. We can deal with that. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Crap. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Alright, so these guys should be able to keep up, I think, with these as long as they have enough power, being the one caveat. And then to get these bloody batteries in, we want to do this. Can we determine? Yeah, it's straight in and out, so I'm going to need splitters. Alright. Just gonna go make a battery. Alright, what do we need? We need 3 inputs, 1 output. Pretty straightforward. So input, input, input. Then we'll run the output out this way. And then run it along like so. These guys can fill up for their charging duties. Alright, so you're going to be charging is the setting that we want you at. We're also going to want to send all this up this way, so we might just run a line to here and a line along here, and then we just tell it to go up. Run as far down as here. Come on, stop trying to snap, please. Why are we colliding with another? Apparently we have a rocket here. The old remains of the rocket launching station. Beautiful. Alright, then we just need to grab, click this one for the settings. No, I don't think I did it. Maybe I did. They're all opening up like lotuses. Just drop down some substations. Yes, I stubbed my toe in this. And we need to do input outwards. Do it down here. 2, 3, and then output. Run it down the line like so. I hope this is a good idea. I still have doubts. That's a bad sign that I have doubts, but we're gonna progress ahead anyway. And just really hope I'm not gonna gunk up everything. Hey, autosave, and we got a research result, so we have a little bit more fuel generation. That's nice. Now, we know that crystal silicon was one of the things. We also need some iron and some blue motors. Alright, yep. Cool. Alright, that's that part of it done. And then all we need to do is belt it up to the point where we want it to. Oh, that's a mistake. Yeah, I've done a silly thing here. It's alright, we're gonna go up in a second. Do generally try to avoid that, but that's alright. Just do this way after that. And we go. Alright, that'll be batteries done. Good. We're making good progress. Okay, next thing that we're gonna need. Oh, it's biggin. It's a biggin. These are expensive things. Miniature particle colliders. We also have interstellar logistic stations, which will also require normal logistic stations to be built to be able to make those. So that's one thing. EM rail ejectors. Yeah, we're going with the heavy hitters in this one, or the really expensive sort of material items. That's okay though. It's actually not. It's still not complex. You need a complex manufacturing base behind it, but it's not actually hard to make. Right, we're going to make it here. And we're going to start off with the complex thing. So we're going to skip the queue slightly and do the interstellar logistic stations first, because there's a kind of a two-step process here. Now we're going to do rungs of 6. I will be using a few of these as well. They will form the backbone of my economies. So I do want them, want plenty of them around. Now, these things are going to take 4 inputs, so let's start building that up. Like so. Just do the little out thing at the end there there just to signify that, hey, this is definitely an input, and we'll label those. Hey, Kestrel. Yeah, they are the big uns. I actually thought that I might need batteries for them, but I've realized it's the one after them that you need the batteries, the orbital collectors. And I'm only ever going to need 40 orbital collectors at a time. So I'm actually not going to do anything to mass produce those. Because, you know, I'll do one gas giant and then I'll get bored after that. But these ones, yeah, they're going to need a few bits and pieces. It's actually 3 ingredients for the next one. Okay, yeah. Next one, we're going to go along here. Also, Kestra, in case you missed it, we just did batteries, and I realized I actually had to charge them, because otherwise I'd foul up my transportation system. So we now have an array of chargers down here. Yeah, and if you want to do multiple gas giants at a time, is probably the only time that would be a problem. But I'm not that much of a masochist, because those are my least favorite things to do. They're a bit of a pain in my opinion, because your drones, you have to wait for them to catch up, just kind of sitting there all the time, doing nothing. Right, so the next lot of orbital collectors, next lot of constructors. Hang on, yeah, we're getting close to the poles. I think that's where my spacing issue is coming in here. Do this, and then 2 in, 1 and 2. Also, shout out to DRDevil66 who dropped me a follow last night as well, and I missed it. I'm very sorry for missing that, but thank you for following me. I greatly appreciate it, and it's always a flattering event. So thank you very much for the follow. Hopefully you'll see this video and you'll get the thanks that you deserve. Alright, so what have we got here? I think we've got everything we need. We're building it up. We've got our inputs here as well. I went too far on that particular belt, but that's fine. And I think that's an input, and then that's an output. That looks about right. Do that. And now we have a few things necessary. So we're going to need steel. Steel seems to be a big construction point for a lot of these things. We're going to need processors. And pink dumbbells. Right, yep, good. And then here we're going to need more pink dumbbells. And the reinforced titanium-y stuff here. Titanium alloy, that's the one. Right, we might just clip off the end here. Not there. Keep it neat as possible. Drop a substation in the middle, and that will power the whole thing. Contribute to the planets. They are. They're kind of like, they look like dumbbells. You know, we're gonna do some weightlifting with them. Particle containers being the real word, of course. All right. Just checking I've labeled everything. Cool. All right, that's that one done. What's the next one? Now we're gonna go with miniature particle colliders, which we didn't do. Unless there's a way I can justify doing something else first. No. Alright, particle colliders it is. These take 5 inputs. Geez, they're the most complex ones that I've seen so far. I mean, I know I've produced these before, so I shouldn't be surprised, but... now, particle colliders, again, they're just going to be something I need every so often. When I want them, I'm going to want a lot. So it might just do 6 of them. I mean, in reality, all they need to do is replenish the stocks over a large period of time. But I do want it to be ready for the next time I do need a chunk of them. Alright, so that's 3 inputs this side. And then it'll be 2 inputs this side. And then an output. Oh, I've just realized the one thing I didn't do was hook this up with an output here. So we'll just go up 1 level till we get to here. Let's say here instead, actually, down 1 level and run it in. And then this one will do the same thing and run in like that. Actually, no, it won't. Connect up something else into the middle there and run in there. Right. So from here, let's look at belting or sorting. Sorry, sorter, in, and then out, then in. Go with a particle collider. That. Alright, now are there any ingredients in common? I know there's going to be at least one, so yellow chips, for example. And we might as well put the yellow chips here. Going to tell it to go up a level. Should be able to go back down there. So we can just feed it through the whole system here. Now what else we got? We've got frame. Yeah, we've got these ones. So that makes for a good kind of thing to do. Tell it to get to there, go down, and then in here. Alright. And then what else? There's no other things in common from the right here. Alright. So, therefore, my other things, I needed graphene. I need... Oh, blue motors. I swear, did I have a blue motor thing down? Oh, we've got one down here. I might need to split it, so I won't connect it up just yet. Oh, hello. Ah, you can label any... Whoa, there's special labels. Ooh, shiny. Okay, can't get distracted. Blue motors. Dangerous distraction here. And then frames. Now I need to get, hang on, shiny as well, signals. You shall not pass. Okay, that could be useful. They could be useful. And even just labeling boxes, have a science box or a junk box. Anyway, we will ignore that for the time being because we don't need it immediately, and we have a mission tonight. Continue construction. Who would have thought I would get excited by labels? You told me even a year ago, hey, you're gonna get really excited by labels one day. I would have laughed, but now it's like, I understand. I understand. Okay, so EM rail ejectors are next up. Let's build them off to the right here. Now we do have an interior corridor, and I thought I could ignore it, but I just can't. And EM rail. in-rails. So, what are we thinking here? Thinking a couple of things actually. I'm thinking that these both could actually connect up there and solve up some issues. Solve me some issues. That just sounded terrible. Also, these need labels. Processes. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. Alright. Thank you, frame. Oh man. So we need to do this first. Just chunk it out a little bit. This, up we go. Now you're the frame. So we'll go down from there and in. Chunk you up a little bit, then go down. Ah, yeah, see, there's gonna be the issue, so I actually need to tell it to go down a little bit sooner. Alright, that solves some things for later. But what I was looking for just now was actually space to build some stuff. I suppose we've got a little bit of space here, as long as I don't overdo it. I want to keep this corridor free, but then they have items in common. EM rail ejector, what's our recipe again? Not really. Yeah. If they had items in common, I'd say let's build them there, but they don't really. Thinking there's gap here. Oops, sorry for the mic blast there. Thinking this gap here will be where we want to go. Now, EM rail injectors, let's think about these. When I want them, I'm going to cover a whole bloody planet full of them. And that's going to be coming up soon. So then probably actually going to dismantle at the end. Am I? I don't know. Probably keep Dyson swarms in orbit. That is a good question. Will I keep Dyson spheres in orbit? All these questions probably don't need answering, to be honest. So we're going to chunk it here. We'll do 4 of them. No, we'll do 5. And that will be that, and we'll stop just thinking too hard about things we don't need to think about. Oh, is this going to be tight? It is, but we will do it. Alright, so you to the end, to here, to here, then you to say the end, and then you will go on and connect up. Then we'll belt this up. Keep saying belt it up when it's not really the belting process, it's different. So sorry if I'm confusing anyone, I mean attach sorters. And then so you're an input of, let's say, cogs. Make you the cogs line. You can be blue motors. What else do we need? Processes. And steel. All this steel. Okay. And let's let's connect it up. Now, normally I would say we want to make it go up, but I think we want to do this instead. Then make it go up, cross the gap, and then back down and connect into this thing. Alright, another one bites the dust. Let's do vertical launching silos. Another very expensive thing to produce. Also very slow to produce. I think every 30 seconds it's going to make one. Right, so we're actually probably going to need a few of these to replenish stocks in time. What are we going to be demanding in here? Nothing super duper complex. So what we might actually do is we'll use this space here. So we're meant to have a bit of a corridor running up here. It's a fairly small corridor, so yeah, we'll use this space. That works. And we're going to build a few of these. So 1, 2, 3. We're going to do a full row of 15 actually. And let's just input the recipe so I've got a reference for what I need. 4 parts, so let's do this. And then another input here. And then our output. Here, it'll go over the little gap part that we've created. Up. And across. Stay there, go down. Across and in. Okay. This input, output, and then belt it all up, sort it all up. You know what I mean. And then let's actually look at what we need in terms of inputs. So one of these can be frames. Actually, let's just think about this. Where do our frames need to come in? Yeah, so we can be smart, and we also need this. Alright, so if I put my frames on the bottom rung and the titanium alloy on the top rung, so titanium alloy will be here, and then frames will be this one. Thank you. I feel validated now. Belting covers everything. Huzzah! And then something later on is going to need processor chips too, or quantum processors, blue chips. I think it's my factory down here. Yeah, this guy. So we'll work out a way to run it down a little bit later. But because these are quite close by, I feel like we can possibly just do those now rather than later. I might do this. Run it. Oh, autosave. Hello. That's that one. Then you'll go up. I think that one's already down a level. Yep. Cross. And then down you go in there. Alright. Now we'll just power this up. And that will be that part done. Oh, we're missing a chunk of power down here as well. I'd have that. We'll just drop there. Okay. We're getting there. We are getting there. Next one, artificial stars. Ooh. You also need frames and other goodies. This thing needs like 3 of the materials. So it kind of makes me think a splitter should go here and then it can just split into the 2 factories. So we'll put them side by side for that reason. I actually won't need as many artificial stars. I'm just thinking maybe 6 or so. So that's what we'll do. I might give them a bit more space actually. Because while it will be my main power plant for everything, it's they put out an awful lot of power basically, so you don't need copious amounts of them, or at least not yet that I'm aware of. Maybe that'll change. Okay, so let's belt it up. There we go. Drag it across. Cool, we're gonna need more power again. Makes me glad I left a bigger space. And then let's just look at the inputs here. I think the things that we'll do from the splitter will go into the 3 bottom ones, and then we'll have the annihilation constraint spheres here. Frames, titanium oil alloy, and what else? Quantum chips. Nice. Alright, let's make sure that the output is going somewhere. Tell it to go up slightly in here, then go upstream, go up a level. Run down to say about here, and then you can go back to the normal floor level, like your mate, and then put you in your drones. Wow. Alright, I think that's all the things that we need to build for this one. We are getting towards the end here, and we'll be able to put these in. Artificial stars are actually awesome. They take so long to burn through the antimatter fuel cells, and yeah, that's like 72 megawatts of power. Here's some just here. So 72 megawatts of power, and you can see the tick is really low per cell. Hey, welcome to chat. And we're kind of on the end game. I like to think of it as a mid game, depending on how you're playing. So technically, I'm on the end game, in that we could just do mission complete fairly easily from here. But what I want to do is cover all the stars in Dyson spheres. Yep, we're going big. This is a long playthrough. We've done our first Dyson sphere. We're just filling in the gaps at the moment, but we have many to go. Many to go. So what we're setting up is a mall, or an interstellar mall, so I can transport all the buildings that I'm going to need and go from there. I haven't really thought through. Yeah, all the stars, Kestrel. All the stars are going to be covered in Dyson spheres. So this is kind of still, you know, early mid maybe. I've got all the science I need, or close to thereabouts. In terms of what white science I'm going to be aiming for, at the moment we're still early days on white science, so I'm not sure how many hashes I'll end up trying to process, because I know that you can continue to run your hashes into the future. But what will end up happening is it'll be a snowball effect from here. So we'll end up creating, when we go down to put down planets or put down factories, that will end up with planetary sized blueprints. So if we need a new component of it, then it'll just be a matter of, okay, copy pasting the blueprint, put down foundations, make sure we've mined out everything, or mining as much as possible, and it'll snowball a lot quicker than you expect, I suspect, from here, to put down Dyson spheres everywhere. And then once we've got Dyson spheres everywhere, I think that's where I'll go for how far can we go with hashes until we run out of resources. That is a good point in terms of how much resource we will have available to do all the Dyson spheres. So you want 10/20 a second to get veins utilization up. I'm just thinking with veins utilizations, where is it? Here. Then it's more the ore consumption minimizing to, yeah, okay, 35 to 40. Alright, we're at level 7. So we got a while, and I'll definitely need to increase the efficiency of my science. In fact, we might even have a planet devoted to science at some point. But for the time being, I just really want to drastically expand out my manufacturing base. 90 use 1%. Yeah, okay, 100 times resources. That's insane. Especially when you go out to, say, where is it? This is where I'm looking at setting up my factory. Can it tell me about the planet still? Oh, okay, it doesn't tell me about the amounts here, but there was, you know, so many millions of resources that it just makes your starting planet pale by comparison. But hey, one bit at a time, and the bit that we're up to is an Interstellar Mall, just so I don't have to run around to collect all the things that I need when I'm doing bigger factory projects. So that's what we're working on today. Right. Kestrel, what I was doing, was showing you the good old artificial stars. So these are great, fantastic. Once you've got them, you basically don't want to be powered by anything else. And because I am using a discharge situation here, is that I need this planet to charge and not discharge. So I'm going to have to put down a whole heap of these guys later on as well. Hang on. Hold up. Why aren't you working? Is this a glitch? 0 watts? Yeah, you're not doing anything. Is it just because we're discharging power? You've got plenty of... Someone put out the star. Who switched off the sun? It might be because we're forcing it, because we've got discharge. Yeah, one's spooling up now. Yeah, as soon as that discharge goes down, they're snuffing it. That is a good word. I'm gonna go turn those off now then, because there's no point having that circuit running. There they are. Hey guys, let's just put you to idle, shall we? Might not turn you off entirely. Otherwise, I'm not going to disassemble it, but... we no longer need you to do that to get 100% satisfaction on power. Alright. Cool. But the next thing we want to build is going to be ray receivers. What do we need for ray receivers? Oof, they require a few different parts as well. I'm thinking that we should build these over a little bit more over here, so there's less spaghettiness happening. Minimize our spaghetti. And we're crossing a tropic here as well, which is always a bit of a pain in the butt sometimes. Ray receivers. Again, I shouldn't need huge amount. Yeah, let's just do 6. 6 is a good number. And we're gonna do this. And this, and then this will be our output that will run along. Just hook it all up. There it is. Is it Pedge? Sorry, I'm not sure how to pronounce your name, so apologies if I'm getting it wrong. Realize we've got my output. Hello, Hedge. Might have wandered off. Who knows? Well, I could if I checked my stream tools properly, but yeah, let's play through then. Right, how are we going to organize this? Steel is the thing. I was going to ask how you're doing on your playthrough if you are still around. If not, no worries. But while I'm talking about that, Kestrel, how you doing with yours? I know that you're playing this game as well. Steal myself. Okay, I will, you're doing the biggest one. Awesome. That's what I like to hear. Ambition helps keep me motivated as well if other people are doing ambitious projects. So I'm guessing you have like a hash goal for white science. Just basing that on your question before. Yeah. See, I wanted to go for a Dyson Sphere just because it gives you renewable resource energy. $116. Whoa, man, you're like far ahead of me. Nice. Industrial lava planet looking for your accumulator factory. Yep. Need to switch it off. As in, you're making too many accumulators? Yeah, this is only my second playthrough Pedge. Although, to be fair, the first time I played through, there was no achievements. There was no blueprint mode. You had to click manually to do all this. you know, the new and fancy thing that they introduced during my first playthrough was the ability to do this. And that was just a whole finger saver right there. So it's been, you know, me coming back to this game after many, many updates for this one and going, oh my god, this is so much better. Just gonna make sure that this is a up and over sort of situation as well. But yeah, you're well and truly ahead of me on there. Yeah, exactly, right? Each inserter on my pinky finger, it just gets caned. Alright, so what are we at to? We are at these guys, so we want to go energy exchanges next. Hey, it's the pink dumbbells again. Alright, I think I want to put it here because it can line up with some of the things that we're going to build on up down there. And we'll do, say, a row of 6 again. I've just realized I've forgotten entirely what I was building. Just what I was doing, energy exchanges. Really not going to need a factory of 6 of these, but that's alright. Do that. And then just think through how I want to build this. Like this. Yes, you're right, Kestrel. There were definitely no labels. Labels is my exciting find. Dismantle it all and change it all over to rockets. Yeah. The rocket change. At the moment I'm not even launching rockets. Actually that does make me think that I want to go... I'm going to do a quick break here. Not a break from the stream, but a break from what we're doing. Because I've just realized while I'm doing all this, this is probably full of rockets. Yeah, it's filled up. And that's definitely not... Oh no. No, it's not. Really? Why aren't you full? Something's gone wrong. What's gone wrong? Our frame factories aren't working. Our frames aren't working because we're not getting enough carbon nanotubing. We need to fix that. We have 200 coming in. Yeah, thanks. Warp speed, yay, that'll be helpful. We've only got a small factory of it here. There should be a bigger factory off world that drops into this factory here, and I'm not seeing any incoming. Here I was thinking that we'd... Yeah, that's what we've got in a factory elsewhere. I'm just gonna remember where that is now. It's definitely not Smolder or Zyball. It's gonna be... Earthvac maybe? Nope. The Cursor. Or maybe even Straya. Yeah, it's Straya, that's right. It's organic crystals, so it can't be Tide Lock that we're doing it on. Yeah, there's a warp at the other end though, so the supply guy should do it, I think. So while it's set to remote demand, it's going to demand things. Ooh. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that there is warpers at the other end. Now you've got me questioning that though, and I'm thinking maybe there's not, and maybe that's my whole problem. Let's just see what happens. If I drop a few in, right, and they all start running off, then we know that that was my problem. I have dropped some in though, and it is not going anywhere, and yeah, the transport range of the vessel is at 1 light year as well. So let's just double check that if we go up to a higher light year. It's definitely not that is our problem. And generally, yes, I'd agree with you it's a good idea to have warpers in all towers, especially when they might start collecting things interstellar, and they could, end up taking the slow route, which I'm terrified of happening again because it's a real pain in the butt. But yeah, there's got to be somewhere here. I usually name my planets when I've been to them and I've built something on them. Usually. This did have the spiniform, right? Yep, spiniform crystals. That's got to be one of... Maybe it's just not telling me. Alright, that's fun. Really got to remember where I put that. Right, we're going to go to cursor first. If it's not in cursor, then we'll head to Australia. Sorry, a little bit of a sidetrack. I thought I was going to be stockpiling them rockets, but I'm not, and that carbon nanotubing is actually really important for frames, and so I'm going to start using a whole heap of frames, and we want to fix that issue before we continue on too much. Really just work out what is happening with it. Drop out about, oh, hang on. Drop out about here just so we can work out where the planet is that I actually want to go to. If it's anywhere in this system, it would presumably be there. But since we're so close to that gas giant, where are we? Oh, I thought we were close. No, apparently we're not. Alright. Let's go check it out. No, I don't think I built here. It looks like a good place to build though, plenty of landmass. Alright. What I might do is just do a rename. Good. Oh, caps lock. Good for spinny forms. So it can't be this particular planet that I was looking at. It must be Australia. Yeah, get the feeling it might be in Straya. Because I seem to recall thinking, hey, you know, there's some here, but there's not a huge amount. And we put it on a planet called Tidelock, which is tidally locked. Because at the time we didn't really have great power supply sources, and it meant that we could just put down a solar farm. Oh yeah. I'll probably wander around and collect achievements at some point. Yeah, so that you aren't working. Why aren't you working? Because you're out. Do we have any more spiniform left? We do not. Is there any left in the system? Doesn't look like it. Okay. So that is why this whole thing is not working. Because we are out of supplies. So we're going to get rid of this. And we're going to fix it. Sorters, because we're going to drop down a logistics tower to make these run instead. We're going to want warpers in this thing. Oh. Really? Damn it. Remote demand it is then. Take 1,000. Supply locally. I would have thought the other bloody tower had... Oh, we're hitting our timer as well, but I really want to fix this. Yeah, you're set to local supply, but of course you've got no drones, so that's why I was doing that. Alright. Remote storage, local demand. That'll work. Hey, welcome to chat. I have hit my timer limit, but we're going to continue on for a little bit longer because I really want to fix the problem, which is that I'm running out of carbon nanotube, and it's a pain. And for that, we're going to need spiniform. So, what have we got? We have spiniform here. We want to remote demand this. You're not going to do anything about supplying. And we're going to just quickly run back to that prairie planet and chuck down some mines and some logistics stations. Oh, and I didn't do this one right either. Trying to be too quick. This. I've missed one, I think. Have I? No, I haven't. That's oh, hang on. Make sure I've got this right. Which one was the input and which one was the output? Input is at the top. That's good. Yes, I know the whole thing's out of power. I'll fix that soon. Input should be at the top on this one too, which we've got. Then input at the top, yep, and input at the top again, which we've got. Great. Alright, now we need to fix the power connections that I buggered. And there we go. We've got power back to the location. Give it some of these guys, and we are up and racing. Alright, that's good. Now we're going to head back to that planet we identified before. I think it was in Cursor. Yep. for spiniforms, you're now going to turn into a mining planet. So Beverly Hunter, welcome to chat. Good to have you with us. We were making an Interstellar Mall, and then I realized I had a problem with the carbon nanotubing and my rocket production, so I really want to fix that first before we finish off that mall. That mall will allow us to do big construction projects without having to run around all over the place, which is a pet peeve of mine, of running out of construction materials when I really want them. Alright, there shouldn't be too many spiniform sources. I don't think usually there's only kind of one or two. Spiniform, can I just click on it maybe? Nope. There we go, 1.7 mil. There is only one source on this planet. Yeah, okay, I didn't know that water worlds would have better loads for it. I kind of like this planet anyway, because I'm going to need to put down an organic crystal farm here as well, for when that eventually runs out on another planet where I've got it harvested. So, all the time being, what we're going to do is do two of these bad boys side by side. Oh, I'm going to get that rotation going. Oh man, what's the opposite rotate key again? Come on, come on. You can do it. You know what? I'm gonna do that. Just so I don't miss out on those, you can still put down these guys. Cool. Alright, we're going to want a interstellar logistics station. We're just going to chuck it very nearby. We need something to be powering all this, so we'll just drop those. Now, we are going to want some warpers for the place. Remote command, it's going to want some of these guys, it's going to want some of these guys. It's going to want to collect that spiniform. Spiniform there. Local demand, remote supply. Yeah, Hurricane Stone Forest was actually really good on Soil Pile. A warehouse world, that sounds like a fun sort of thing. And actually a really smart thing to be doing as well. So, hey, I can add that to the list. Thank you for the suggestion. We're going to need some power production here as well. I'm just hoping that I've got something in my inventory. Ah, damn it. I was hoping I had a few artificial stars just kicking around in my inventory, which I don't. And that's a bugger. Damn it. I don't really bring all the things that I need. You know what? I don't think I... Yep, see, this is the point of this Interstellar Mall, so I can just have things delivered to me. Nothing in my back pocket, but if I had an Interstellar Mall, I could have just ordered them into that logistics station, and they would have come, and it wouldn't have been a problem. This is kind of proving the reason why I need this project done, so I don't have to do this and go back and forth. But we're gonna finish it. Do you mean of the drones? I'm not too worried about wasting power at the moment. generally you're right, I do set it to 100%, certainly when power is a scarcity, but yeah, it's not anymore, so I don't really mind too much if we're wasting a little bit of power. I may come to regret that statement though. What do we want? We want to go in here. And work our way through to the original mall where we had these being built. Grab a few of them. I might actually restrict the number as well because I'm honestly not going to be using this one too much anymore. And then we head back. Wondering why I was suddenly so bad at driving this thing as well, and I just realized we had a warp speed increase, which has made my bad driving skills even worse when we get close to the planets. I mean, I know I could slow down, but it's so much fun smashing into a planet. Alright, down here, there we go. Now, honestly, we're not going to need all that much power to just power what we've got here. It's in the... I wish it was in the power section. They belong in the power section, not in the Dyson Sphere section. That's it exactly. I like that thinking. So, I'm going to chuck down 2 just in case. I think it's going to be overkill, but... we'll also get it to import our antimatter just down to 100, just for you, Peach. And then min loads of vessels. We're actually gonna see. I don't want it to import 1,000, and that's exactly what it's gonna do when I do this. Why isn't it doing that? We do have a supply at our home planet of this stuff. I know we have a supply. That's also concerning, but I just do this. Okay. Yeah, you're damn right it should import from the other one because it's importing to other planets. Also can't manually feed these things in, it seems to kickstart the whole thing. Remote demand. Yeah. Something have screwed up the production of these? I don't think so. What annihilation constraint spheres need? Nah, that should all be fine. I just need it to kickstart a little bit of power, please. What have I got in my back pocket? I really don't want to go back again. Don't make me. We can burn something, probably. We can't burn a tree just to feed these in right first. And then something really basic. Nope. Nope. Oh man. No, no. I'm almost refusing on principle, but I don't. Beyond just going hacking down some iron, I can't see how. Yeah, we're gonna do it because I am that stubborn. we just go fix the import problem. Oh yeah, it does. You can copy paste them. I had this thing in my head that I was going to design all of them so there'd be all unique Dyson spheres for this playthrough. But I'm seriously rethinking that because it just takes so long to click out patterns. Oh god, yeah. Right. I've got to debug it. I've got to work out why this is not working. Max is maybe... Yep, it's not the maximum. We are remote demanding, local storage. There should be plenty. We do know that as soon as this is done though, it's going to start making these run. And that'll fix our problem. So if we can get it working on Earth or work out why the problem is happening there, then we're going to be okay. So we'll go back to Earth and fix that and then watch for a rocket to go. Yeah, if it's... I don't think it's a min load of vessels, because even if it's only demanding 100, it's still going to overfill it. If the load is too high, it'll just drop in a chunk. I think I need to slow down slightly here. Supplies all happen around here. Let's work out what you're going wrong. Because we're not supplying it with warpers. You fool, Pooks, you fool! And then it doesn't have power at the other end to launch and actually grab some of these. Right, fortunately we have a logistics station here. So, we're just going to run a belt. Local demand, remote storage. It does put your advice in there into perspective page in that yes, I should be doing warpers for everything. I really, really should. There we go. And we should see something lift off soon. Remote supply, yep. Remote supply, yeah, so, and then we've got demand at the other end, local supply as well. Antimatter, containment, pure rods. Right, hang on. What I'm going to do, just in case, is I'm going to go find just a little burner to kickstart the operation. Maybe a couple of, these guys. Actually, solar panels are a bad idea because knowing my luck, it's going to be night when I get there. Yeah, I know they can be set to 1%, but even if they're 100, it should overfill, or that's what it's been doing historically. So unless there's been an overnight patch that I've missed, then it should not be giving me this grief. We will solve it. We will solve it before we finish. Next minute runs out of water. Ooh. That joke that I was just about to run out of warpers personally nearly cut a little bit too close to the bone there. Yeah, I have set things to 1% before. I just don't think that's our problem. Hey, the planet's running away from me. Where are we there? Right, you... Oh yeah, I must have let go. There we go, see? 1,000 incoming straight away. Now I would set the vessels to 1%, but then that would mean it potentially supplies these at 1%, and that's just ridiculous amounts of trips going back and forth, so that's why we're going to leave it that way. But as soon as the antimatter arrives, it will still not work because we've got nothing that can feed it into the system. So we definitely needed these kickstarters. So we're just going to grab you, feed you some trees. Come on. Or we just put you to not. Apparently I need to feed you a few things. Oh, not enough tree. Yep, alright. So we do need a Kickstarter. There we go. I'm also wondering if I leave those there, might be a really good idea. Just so that if it ever runs out, but then gets resupplied, it has a kickstarting panel there. Might be a good idea, just saying. Because I'm not going to put down batteries. Alright, but we'll also yoink these up to 300%. Let's make them mine their little hearts out. And we'll also let you charge based on the full output of one of these. And yep, we're seeing those starting to lift off and they'll start supplying my other planet. Brilliant. Alright. So that unfortunately does take us to the end of this stream. So thank you very much for watching and enjoying my struggles as I try to work out what the hell I'm actually meant to be doing here. It's been a good, productive episode either way, in that we've made good progress on our Interstellar Mall, which is back here on Earth. So I'm still happy with the progress. I'm less happy that things broke down, but that's just what happens. But in the next stream, we'll continue work on that mall, and we should be able to hook up everything and finishing it off and getting it starting to produce our components, which will mean after that, I'm a little bit torn, and I'll be looking for input. I'll either start on the bigger factory here in Arrakis, or I should potentially go around everywhere and just start hoovering up all the rare resources, just having logistic stations. I'm not sure which one I want to pursue, just because that'll stave off running out of rare resources at a really annoying moment, like happened what happened tonight. My thoughts is that I should maybe kick that off a little bit later so that I've got veins utilization up a few notches. So, you know, I don't run out. You know, this could potentially be a lot more resources just with a bit more research behind us. In fact, I'm just thinking that that's what we want to queue up next. A couple of levels of those. Anyway, let me know your thoughts. If you're watching later on YouTube, drop a comment down and let me know what you think. If you're here on Twitch, then thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it, and I look forward to be able to see you in the next episode. I do stream most weeknights from about 8:30 local time to 9:30, 10ish local time. Whatever that is in your local time zone, you can see down the bottom right here what time it's at here. Thank you for joining, and hey, I appreciate the follows, everyone. I really do. So I will see you in the next stream, hopefully, and have a great night, everyone.